Hello everyone, Attorney Lee Marvin here with an informational video for you about the Visa Bulletin. So it's time that the next month's Visa Bulletin has been released. So for October of 2023 is what this Visa Bulletin talks about, okay? So again, what is a Visa Bulletin? So for those of you who have not watched my previous videos, I do this every month. First of all, subscribe so you can get notified by clicking the bell of future videos like this and like other immigration matters that are very important, becoming more and more important with the election coming next year. You need to stay on top of these things. So this particular video is for people who are involved in the immigration process with family members. So the Visa Bulletin are the final action dates for family-sponsored preference cases. What does that mean? That means you file a process for your family member and you are given a date to be able to move forward to the next phase of the process, okay? The Visa Bulletin tells you, based on the date that you filed, when you're able to move forward, okay? So the government categorizes family relationships as well as countries, okay? So the countries that they categorize in this bulletin are the Philippines, Mexico, India, China, and everyone else, okay? So you get a date based on the country and based on the category of the family relationship. So family relationships are, one, the first preference, unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. That's the top preference. Doesn't mean it's the best. It just means it's the top preference. Then they have a second category, okay? Second category is broken into two subsections, but the second category is for spouses and children, unmarried sons and daughters of legal permanent residents, okay? The first subcategory in that category is the F2A, which are spouses and children of permanent residents, okay? The second category, F2B, unmarried sons and daughters, 21 years age or older. What's the difference between those two categories with children? Well, the age. So if you're little bitty kids, you're in the F2A category. If you're over the age of 21, you're in the F2B category, okay? So the third category for married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, okay? The fourth category, brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens, okay? So that's the fourth category. So these numbers have changed just a tiny bit since last month, which was the September Visa Bulletin. So let me explain to you what these numbers are and what it means. So no change from last month in the F1 category, regardless of the country you're from. There's been no change whatsoever to that section, okay? The F2A category, which again, F2A are spouses and children of permanent residents. So it's better by 1 year overall, but it's better for Mexicans by 2 years. So that's a pretty good increase or improvement, especially considering last month is the first time in years that there actually was a wait for people in this category. So again, it's improved by 2 years for people from Mexico, and everyone else, it improved by 1 year. This is usually the point in the video where people are wondering, why does it change? What makes it change faster or slower? Mexico versus India? Nobody knows, okay? Again, I say this every time. Nobody knows the rhyme or reason. The government doesn't tell people why they change. There's got to be a reason, I'm assuming. It's just the way it is. It's just the bureaucratic way that they process these requests. I always tell people just stay tuned and watch every month so you know what that change is. We don't know the reason for it. We just know that it changes. And this is where I tell you what the changes are, okay? So that's, okay, that was the F2A category. The F2B category, the only change from last month was for people from Mexico. and it's an improvement, which is good, by about 5 months, okay? So the F3 category, which is now we're getting into the married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. The F3 category improved in Mexico again by 2 months. Everyone else remained the same. So Mexico, they're on a groove here, and things for people from Mexico tend to be improving at least over the last couple months. So again, it's improved by 2 months. So the F4 category, brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens. Again, this is the bottom category, which means that you get the lowest preference, which means that all the visas that are available go to everyone above, and what is left is usually what's left for the F4 category, which is why it takes forever for brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens. So it's the same for everyone except for India. So for once, India is improving. Thank God for India. It's better by 1 month, and not a huge improvement, but we'll take it. Any improvement is good. So people in India, if you have brothers and sisters right now, they're processing your requests from October of 2005. It's a little bleak when you look at the actual dates of the processings, but to know that it's improved helps, okay? So again, that category, so that's the final category. If you have questions, you can always reach out to me. You obviously have seen, while you're listening to me, the posting of the dates. You can go ahead and look at your category now that you understand what the categories mean and what country your family member is from. You can look at those dates to see when they're processing those requests. Again, subscribe. Invite your friends and family to subscribe. If you have questions, drop in the comment section below. I am very good about answering questions. You can schedule consultations. If you need my help to file for an immigration request for a family member, I can do that. I've been doing it for over a decade. So reach out to me and I would love to help you succeed.